I'm going to show you today how to start generating leads using Facebook ads really easily, step by step. Long-winded intros are overrated, so we're just going to dive right into the content right now. This page might look different depending on which platform you're in. Sometimes they show it as more of like 3 columns. There's a lot of different setups. It doesn't matter. What you're going to do here is pick leads. That's the goal. We want to generate you leads so that you have people to follow up with. So we're going to click leads, continue. Go in through. Don't have to worry too much about this. We're going to go manual lead campaign because we want to walk through and grab the right type for you. We're not trying to get call ads. Again, that might not even pop up for you when you come. So first one, we're going to do easiest way to generate leads if you don't have listings, list of homes. So we'll talk about the specific types of list of homes when we get to the actual ad itself. You will need to turn on housing category, and that makes that pretty straightforward. That's all you need to do on this page. List of homes, give it a name. I sometimes like to put in the date, so we'll do here, for example, like February 2023, just so I know when I set it up and I can go back historically quicker at a glance. But this is an internal back-end thing, has nothing to do with what the consumer sees, for example. So you just come in and click on next. And now we're going to use instant forms. The goal here, they click on the ad, form instantly pops up, you grab the leads. So then we'll come down through here, and again, goal, maximize the number of leads, make sure you're on the right page. Most agents we work with generally only have 1 to 2 pages, so it should default to whatever your standard one is, but if it's not the one, pick the right one that you want. So we come in here, budget, we generally look at $10 a day per 100,000 people in your audience. So if you have 100,000 people in the area you're targeting, $10 a day, 200,000, $20 a day. Normally I don't try to go below 10, even if it's like 60, 70,000 though. I like to start at $10 a day and then go up from there depending on the results at least. If you have a little bit more flexibility, you can leave it and start at $20 a day, no problem at all. And then come in here, just pick the area you work. So for example, if I'm picking where I live, for example, Newmarket, Ontario, nice and simple, 15 miles. I can't go lower than that because of the housing category ads. And what we found, I leave all this as is. Obviously, you can't change age, you can't change gender. A lot of the kind of targeting options with housing category turn on don't improve the results. The only thing we will sometimes change here to make the audience smaller is we'll switch it to people living in this location. One of the reasons we do that, and it doesn't change it that much just because of where we are, part of the goal there is entirely around the idea of I want to try and get seller leads out of it, so people who already live here too. So I will leave this on. I recommend most of you leave this on. Because we're doing lead forms, it's already limited the number of placements that we can put in. But if I'm doing a different campaign that's not lead forms, I might come in and change the placements. So what we do here is this way we can track as we're making changes to it, because we might change copy, change images to get better results. And that way we keep it pretty straightforward as we go through. Now you want to pick. So getting into the type of campaign we're talking about here. When we do a list of home style campaign, kind of that standard, which a lot of places like when you, for example, go to courses for agency owners on how to run ads for real estate agents, they all say the same thing. List of homes under X amount of dollars. What we've found is that generates from a list of home standpoint the lowest quality lead possible. Your cost per lead can be lower, but the quality, the comments, the engagement you're going to see is some of the worst that's out there. So for example, like especially if you're in an area where in the past few years prices have really shot up, and you're like, get a list of move-in ready homes in Toronto under 1.5 million, because if you go under $1 million, there's nothing available. So you have to go under like 1.5. It brings out a lot of negative people, a lot of negative comments, and that doesn't really help you accomplish what you're trying to do. And then when you'll say like get a list of homes under 700,000, you get people coming up with like 300,000 as their budget. So instead, what we do is we go by type of home. So we come in and say get a list of this type of home. And we found that that does a better job of bringing in the right people. And now it's more tailorable to your niche as well. So one of the things that we'll look at here is say, okay, who's your ideal client? What do they want here? So we'll take it, build it out on that. Most people buying a home do actually have to sell their home. And because we're picking the type of homes we're advertising here, we can actually tailor it to the type of buyer that we know would likely have to sell. So like if we go with an entry-level home, we know they probably don't sell. But if we go to a move-up home, the odds are the person buying it will have to sell. So a really popular one, especially over the past few years, as an example, would be like homes with big yards, homes with acreage. Basically that homes with larger area for people, and most people buying homes with larger area typically have a place to sell to buy that. So let's write this out. We're going to go with homes with large yards. Get a list of homes with large yards in your inbox. Then sometimes we'll throw an emoji in there. Nice and straightforward. Very, very easy. Creative wise, I would pick an ad, like an image from your area of that type of home. So, I mean, this ad I kind of use as the default for a lot of things, just because for examples, we found that this one does work really well. But we put that in there and we say homes with large yards. Now, because in this ad specifically we're saying large yards, you'd want to show an image of a home that could be from your area that has a large yard. And then we'll say, okay, now we come in here, the primary text. This is what's going to go between the page name and your actual image. Again, we're going to keep this one pretty simple. We do have some long form ones that we do as well. We also test out short form. Market to market, we've actually found short versus long form can change a little bit, which one performs better. So we'll start with a short form and then depending on results, bring in a long form. So for example, say, get a list of all the homes for sale in Newmarket with large yards sent directly to your inbox. All you have to do is click learn more below and our team will create a custom list and send it directly to your inbox. Again, nice and easy, nothing complicated there. And then you switch this to learn more just because we find that that has the highest click-through rates. So we typically keep that in there. Then we'll come down here and we got to create a form to actually send it out here. So first thing, we generally go with more volume. If you want to see a higher quality lead, you'll put in higher intent. It's not like a huge jump. Like typically say you're converting 2% of your leads, put into a higher intent form might be like 2.2, 2.3 type of thing. But your cost per lead will go up with it. So it's nothing crazy from a quality perspective, but it's there. So here we'll do list of homes with large yards. Intro page, so when they click on the ad, I'll be honest, I just get rid of this. They've clicked on it, they're already sold in the idea, we don't need to resell them on it. So we just go straight into the questions. You can see it's already email and all that. We will add in here phone number. And then here, where can we send your list of homes? Again, we're not trying to overcomplicate it, just very straightforward. Here's what we want to do. I don't put in any custom questions right now. Sometimes if you want to increase the quality of leads, you can put in questions like what's your timeline, 0 to 3 months, 3 to 6, 6 to 12, 12 plus, or do you currently rent or own? And that can just give you a little bit more qualifying information. But if the goal for now is volume, leave custom questions out of it. You will need to get the privacy policy from your website. If you don't have one already, it's pretty, get your website provider to put one on, usually fairly straightforward for them. And then we just change this to view here. It's not a big deal. So no one's ever going to click on this. No one's ever going to look at it. So don't worry about it. You just one of those admin things you have to put on all your ads. So nice and easy. Done. And now after, they have the thank you page. The inclination here is send them to the list of homes, which is a pretty popular way to do it. And we've done it for clients. We still do it for some clients. But I actually don't like sending them here directly to your website to look at that exact type of home. I recommend emailing them the list. So we'll say here, the list of homes with large yards will be in your inbox soon. We'll have to change the list of homes. Will be in your inbox soon. Character limits, sometimes you got to change. And then here, we're now going to offer them the next thing because we're trying to find the seller leads out of this program. So we'll say, need to sell your current home before buying your next. Click below, answer a couple questions, and we'll include with your list of homes what you could get if you listed what you could get for your home if you were to list it for sale today. And then here, view website, add a link. So this would be like, and then here, get your report on what your home could sell for today. Now, it's too long. Done. And you can, depending on a few things, try like that. Again, you want it to fit on the button, and nice and simple. Now, instead of just going straight to look at it, which also rewards people who give you fake information, now what you're also doing is trying to collect that seller lead directly from it. So it gives you a little both. Now, it's important to know once you hit publish, you cannot come back and edit this. So save draft if you're not 100% sure, look it all over, and then you're good to go. I'm going to hit publish because I'm not actually going to run this one live. So now we've got that nice and simple. Again, this is a very, very simple ad. It's a basic one that anyone can run. Just get a list of all homes for sale in Newmark with your large yards sent directly to your inbox. All you have to do is click learn more below, and our team will create a custom list and send it directly to your inbox. Super easy. This will get you leads. We're in an idea we're looking to get sub $5 leads. 5 to 10 is when we'll start monitoring to make changes to bring it down lower. 10 to 15, we're making bigger changes. 15 and over, generally you're not going to be too happy with the campaign at all. So you hit publish on this, you will start getting leads. This is the easiest way to get leads. You can put emoji in the copy if you want. That's also a branding thing. We haven't found that it massively changes the results. It can stand out a little bit more, but emoji more from a brand perspective, does it fit with the brand you're putting out there? We don't see that it moves the needle so much that you have to put them in, but you can increase it because it can stand out a little bit more in the feed. But something like this, nice and easy. So that was how you generate leads online using a list of homes campaign. It's really simple. Don't worry about all these fancy campaigns. People want homes. You're offering them a list of the ideal type of home that they want. They're going to start doing it. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below and I will answer them for you. And if you have any other type of campaigns you'd like to see a tutorial with this, subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments and I will add future videos showing you how to do these different specific campaigns that get you real results.